Howdy everyone, and thanks for stopping by to my channel. In front of me I have the S.H Figuarts Kid Goku. Just to get it out of the way, it's a really cool figure. It's a tiny figure measuring roughly around 10 centimeters, so it's one of the smaller Figuarts figures out there. And he comes with quite a few hand extra parts and things like that. So I'm going to go through the hands first, that you can see here, and then I'll go through the figure. So skip ahead a couple of minutes if you want to see the figure. So let's go through the hands. So he comes with, this first pair of hands is already attached to him, so the fists, and that's normally like that with most figures, they always have the fists attached. And then the second pair of hands are the fighting hands, one set of fighting hands, 2 fingers up and a thumbs up. His hands, are really, really tiny, so sorry if I'm obstructing the view quite a bit. And be careful not to lose them because, yeah, they are small and then they get a bit fiddly. Then he's got these peace hands, left and right, like so. Then these hands, whoop, very, very tiny, very fiddly. Let's see if we can get, yeah, there you go. And open palmed hands. These are just very, very fiddly. I mean, he is a tiny figure, like I said. One of the smaller ones of S.H Figuarts, of any figures. And sorry, these are another pair of open palm hands. Less spread out, but more karate chop hands, if you like. Get that to focus. It's not focusing, but you get the idea. And then final pair of hands. These are used for his power pole, which you spotted below as well. So you just shove the power pole into these hands, which I'll leave here just to kind of illustrate that to you properly. Then he also comes with a 4-star Dragon Ball. I believe they're going to do a few figures in this line will come with different star Dragon Balls. So Goku, of course, comes with a 4-star Dragon Ball. You can see the 1, 2, 3, 4 stars on them. And I guess you could technically rest it in one of his hands, which I showed you. There we go, pull that. You could probably rest it in this hand if you wanted to. I'm going to put the Dragon Ball aside because it tends to just roll around and get lost. Then he comes with his power pole. So this one is when it's just not in use and he's got it on his back. You just take it off once you swap it for the extended power pole. So it can't come out or anything like that. It's just this bit that plugs back in. And then you have to put this onto him yourself, which I'll show you too. Then the fully extended power pole. So this is just a red rod, really. This is a plastic red rod. There's no extension or anything like that to it, but it gets the job done. So then I'll put that there. Oh, actually, let me show you how to put it into his hand. You just feed it through into his hand, and the same thing for the other one. Put that aside. And he comes with an additional tail. He comes with 2 tails. One I've already attached to him, which is more of a relaxed, natural-looking tail, and then this one is more of a hanging tail or an excited tail, or however you want to call it. But you get 2 tails. And I'll show you how to swap that soon too. And then he comes with additional faces, of course. So the original one expression is already attached to him. And then this one is delighted face with eyes closed, with his smiles. I can't remember the name of the eye smile. It's number B, letter B, which you can see on that side. And then his third face. So this one, I'm not sure how to describe it really, but bit of an attitude, if you will. And this is C. There we go, C. And I'll show you how to change the faces too. Now, he does, of course, come with the flying Nimbus or Kinton, and that comes with a stand and then necessary parts. So you can attach him onto the stand. It's very fiddly, so I'm not going to really get into that. But I'll just show you that quickly. Just move him to the side. Hopefully he doesn't drop. So I've assembled it all already. So the stand's already inserted into the base, and then these 2 parts already, they're covering the holes. They will just come out. So then they'll just plug in here. So let's see if I can take that out, just kind of show you. There we go. So just plug it in, and that's it. So I'm going to take it off of the stands anyway. Just give you a closer look of the flying Nimbus itself. So on top of it is also the stand that will hold Goku in position. Again, it can be a bit fiddly, so I'm not going to show you that right now. But this is the flying Nimbus. It's yellow, and it looks, well, supposed to look like a cloud, but I can't help but think that it looks like a brain. And then you've got this little tail bit at the end that can swivel. It's fairly weighted as well, so the 2 stands make sense. The 2 shafts and the base make sense to hold this in place. You get the claw to put Goku in. Nothing technically to stop you from just using this stand, and then this base to just position Goku how you like. I wish they would actually include stands more regularly with S.H Figuarts, so it's good to see it happen here. Now, bringing out the figure itself, he is Kid Son Goku. It looks really cool. He measures roughly about 10 centimeters, maybe 10 centimeters up to his head, and then add maybe another 2 centimeters for the big hair that he's got. So he looks really, really cool on first inspection. Cool paint, cool face that he's got, default face, things like that. The tail, like I said, you have to apply. And of course, he's got the turtle kanji, Kame kanji on the front of his uniform, and also on the back. It's a pale yellow, which I hope can be shown on this camera. So it's not jet white or anything like that. Jet white, is that even the correct way of saying it? But yeah, it's not like brilliant white. It's pale yellow, as it should be. And then he's got the blue wristbands, the belt, and then his plimsolls, blue too, with the white socks. His hair looks really good. The sculpt is all very, very nice. Very clean figure for the most part. The arms can sometimes have a little bit of plastic kind of showing, but you know, you're gonna have him front facing most of the time, so it looks good. So first impressions, overall impressions, and just pure looks, very good looking figure. So in terms of articulation, then his head can move up about this much, and then downwards, like so. Turns right and left, and then twisting on the side. Not twisting, but you get what I'm saying. And his arm, let's try and get that up. Well, that's a bicep swivel, but you can get his shoulder, to go upwards. And yeah, you can probably get it to go around. I'm not 100% sure. It's a bit usually fiddly for me. Let's try it. Here we go. I think I've got it now. Yeah, so it can come out a little bit. And in terms of trying to get his hands to touch, let's try that right now. So clearly, his left shoulder on mine is much more fiddly than it really needs to be. There we go. I think I've got it now. Reposition it so he can cross his arms over. That's always a good thing. You always want that in your figures. His elbow joints can kind of swivel a bit the other way around. But anyway, yeah, so I've shown you the bicep swivel quite a lot there, actually. You'll see that the joint there is quite pronounced, but if it's, again, pointing to the back, it's not a huge deal. For the elbow, you can bend it nicely. You'll get a bit of a bubble-looking joint here, but it's okay. I mean, it's expected for the kind of size of the figure that it is. And then, of course, his hand can go up and down, and then twist on the joint too. So then moving down to his torso, so you can crunch about that much, and then lean back a little bit, but then you'll start getting the exposed joint there, and then you can tilt on there as well. And then the lower twist also exists. And then for his leg, so his leg is an interesting one, so you can kick it up, but his butt cheek, he calls it hip in the leaflet that comes with, but his butt cheek could potentially come off like so. If his butt cheek does come off, then you just simply place it back and kind of maneuver it a little bit so it doesn't fall off too easily. But that's only going to happen if you are going for really, really high kicks for him. And if you're moving it backwards like so, it's perfectly fine. His butt cheek isn't going to fall out. It clearly is his butt cheek. Yeah, let's not argue about that. So then his knee is a nice bend. I think it looks quite good. Some people might not necessarily like this knee joint, but I think it looks nice. Oop, and his tail has come off, which I'll get into in a little bit later on. And then his foot, up and down, nice range of motion. And then his tippy toes. Sorry, I should go back to the ankle there with the pivot to and a rocker. So that's pretty good for a little tiny 10 centimeter figure. By the way, it feels really, really good in the hand. It's, you know, it is tiny. His hands are the most fiddly bits, but when you're actually playing with the figure and, you know, moving the joints and such, it's pretty good in the hand. So then on to the back and his tail. So this is how you plug the tail in. It's very simple. You just push it in like so, but it can be a bit on the loose side. And if you've seen my Mickey Mouse video for the Kingdom Hearts Mickey Mouse Figuarts figure, it's similar to how that one is, and it can sometimes just come out quite easily. So it's the same thing for the second tail that he comes with. You just swap them over, and I'll show you that right now because it's super quick. See? That's it. But I'm going to swap it back to the other one. because the relaxed tail just looks nicer. So that's the articulation for Kid Kid Goku. And it's overall really, really nice looking figure. I'm playing with the belt, so I'm basically going to talk about the belt now. So his belt can swivel like so. But yeah, he's a really, really nice looking figure. Really, really cool articulation. But then let's change his features out. So like most Goku figures, there you go. There goes the tail again. So I'm going to leave it to the side. Like most regular S.H Figuarts Goku figures, you just take off the front of his hair. And then you just pull his face out. That's one face. And then you just swap it for, let's swap it for this attitude face if you like. And then you put it on and put his hair back on. Simple as that. Now to get the power pole onto him, you just pull his head off, complete the whole head entirely, and then you just have to put this around and over his neck, and then just put his head back on, like so. And there we go. He's now wearing his power pole. And then obviously, if you want him to hold it, you just take off the extended bit of the power pole, and then have him hold it. So let's swap that hand right now, since it's convenient. Pull it off like any other S.H Figuarts joints. Always be mindful that you might snap the joint if it's too cold, or you pull it too forcefully. Put it back on. And now, Goku is holding his power pole. So all good there. So it's a really, really nice looking figure. That's actually that's actually all there is to him. I mean, he comes with a ton of hands, but the rest is fairly run-of-the-mill kind of stuff, if you like. But he is such a cool and fun figure to play around with. And then when you get him to pose as well, and of course, once you use Kintoon, I've taken him off the base, but once you attach him to that, I might as well show you. Oh well, I was going to show you, but it's just disassembled, so just a kind of basic. You get the claw, wrap the claw around his waist, attach it back to the stand, attach it to the flying Nimbus. You get the picture, I'm sure. But overall, yeah, he's a really, really nice looking figure. Let me bring out the Mickey Mouse figure just to kind of illustrate the size difference. So Mickey Mouse is roughly 8 centimeters. I can't remember if it's with the ears or not. And then Goku here is 10 centimeters, not including his spikes on his hair. So he's not the shortest S.H Figuarts figure, but he is definitely one of them. Probably the third one now, after Donald Duck as well. Now here's the Goku Black figure, which I've done a video of, so check out my channel for that. And then most Gokus would be about his size. So he's tiny in comparison, but I think he scaled well with them. So if you are one of those people that really, really cares about scale, for me personally, he looks fine. For you, it may or may not be so great. But yeah, just to kind of illustrate how it looks. So overall, I really, really like this figure. I definitely recommend, if you're a big Dragon Ball fan, pick it up if you can. It was a regular release, so you should still be able to get it for a relatively good price. I got mine from Nippon Yasan. I bought two because I really liked this figure. It was really cool. So definitely try and get it. I do hope that maybe they can release the same figure, but with his bluish, purplish gi from the early episodes of Dragon Ball. That would be quite cool. Whether they do it and whether they release it as a limited, like, event exclusive, I don't know yet, but those were some of the rumors I did read. But who knows? Overall, though, definitely buy it. 2 thumbs up for this one. Yeah, just definitely get it. I also want to mention, by the way, before I end this video, with the 4-star Dragon Ball, if you've got the Shenron S.H Figuarts, he does come with a display base, an effect piece that you can rest the Dragon Balls into, because Shenron comes with like a pre-arranged sculpt of the Dragon Balls together, and it's really basic and not that great looking. But assuming they continue making all figures that include individual Dragon Ball pieces, then yeah, you can just rest that on there, and that will make it so much better. So that ends my video. Thanks for watching. Do buy it if you have trouble buying it, or if you like it. Any of your thoughts, negative stuff, positive stuff on this figure, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Check out my other channel for a few other S.H Figuarts and other figures from other manufacturers like Revoltech and Figma. See you next time. Peace.